Hey good people, welcome back to another video. My name is Kara, and whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today. I am about 2 weeks behind on my makeup weekly recaps, so I'm going to be talking about the makeup that I used 2 weeks ago. It's going to be kind of like speed reviews of old and new makeup. If that sounds good, keep watching this video and let me know what you think, and consider joining the community because I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I'm just peachy. I have nothing to complain about. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section or the chat or whichever you prefer. We're gonna get this show on the road. Shouldn't be too long today. Shouldn't be, but you know how that goes. I'm gonna start by showing you the products that I selected for this week. I may have one or two extras in here that I'm gonna talk about. I am doing this in an effort to really use the items in my collection. I have a massive collection, a lot of which I feel like I just end up using for videos, and for real, like it's not like I'm a full-time content creator. I really want to use this makeup in real life. My collection is very overwhelming, and I have to be very conscientious about rotating my makeup, or else I'm just going to use the same things. And lately, I have just not been wearing a lot of makeup as well. So I also have to try to force myself to use the makeup, you know, in situations where I usually wouldn't, such as the pool and things like that. And I actually like doing that because it gives me more knowledge, and I think it will help all of us in the community to know what's holding up in the heat, what's not, what would be really great to take on vacation. I have been doing some traveling. My next roundup is going to be pretty long because I took a lot of stuff on vacation just to try to test it out, and I'm really having fun with that. I always say I'm not a makeup review channel, but I'm having fun reviewing makeup that I already have. That's the difference. Not buying it to review, but reviewing the stuff I have. I don't know, y'all. You know, I am always finding my way, and I'm always a work in progress over here on the YouTube streets. So let's go ahead and get into it. We are going to start with the Hourglass Illusion Primer. Now this Hourglass Illusion Primer is expensive. I want to say it's like $58, and it is a priming moisturizer. I thought it would be a great idea for me to have a product like this because, truth be told, I was probably looking for something to buy. But the purpose of this and the intrigue of this for me was that it would lessen a layer when I'm doing my makeup. One of the things that I realized as I am getting older, and I didn't really start doing makeup that long ago, was the end of 2019. So I was like 39. I'm 44 now, and I am not experiencing a ton of changes, but I think what I am experiencing, especially because I got into makeup so late, I never was in a very heavy makeup phase. But then when I got into YouTube and watching content creators, I started doing foundation, I started doing bronzer, I started doing all the things, all the layers, all the heavy makeup. That's really not my aesthetic, and that's okay. Like if heavy makeup is yours, that's okay. But I am really settling in to what is for me. If there's a way for me to lessen how much I'm putting on, I want to try it out. And so this being a priming moisturizer, I thought this would be great. I always do my sunscreen, but then I do this as my primer, and then I go ahead with the makeup that I'm going to be wearing for today. As far as performance and the type of product it is, I really do like it. I like Hourglass a lot. I have their foundation. I love their lipsticks. You know, I love, well, you might not know, but I love their holiday palettes. I'm, you know, tussling with those right now, trying to plan ahead. I really have had success with their products, and this one is no different. If you're looking for a priming moisturizer, I think this is a great one. Are there other products out there like this? I'm sure there are. I don't exactly know of any. Some of the sunscreens that I use also claim to be primers as well, like the one from Natasha. So is this a must-have product? I would say no. Nothing's a must-have, but in the makeup terms, is it like, yeah, you got to get your hands on this? I don't think so. I think you can find something comparable to this, or just go ahead and do the 2 layers. It's not making that much of a difference. Is it a great product? Yes, it is. Am I going to repurchase it? At this time, I'm not sure. I probably would lean towards no, but I do like it. A discount, a real sale, as I like to say, I will get this again for sure. I will continue using it. And I use it very, very often. I use it pretty much every day. So that's the Hourglass Affirming, or that's the Hourglass Priming Moisturizing. The next product I want to talk about is the Revlon Illuminance Serum Tint Broad Spectrum SPF 15 with ginger root, vitamin C, and vitamin E. I purchased this because a while back I was like, you know, I really want to try some drugstore things. I was watching some creators and they're like, these products rival luxury products or products at Sephora. It wasn't this one, but I went into Walgreens and I ended up purchasing this one just on a whim. I use this all the time, actually. It is very serum-like, is very skin-like. They actually have blushes that come in the same formulation that I would like to try, but it's not like a necessity because y'all know I'm having a blush crush right now in a serious blush situation. I don't know what else to say, but that's what it is. But this is the shade 405, and what can I say? It melts into the skin. It's like $8.99. It's got some SPF in it, you know, only SPF 15. So, you know, none of these skin tints should be replacing having your general sunscreen in the first place, and you need to reapply the sunscreen too for it to be effective, which I do struggle with that. I've told y'all that. But I think this is great. I don't think that you have to pay a whole lot of money for a really nice skin tint. And I've seen that with this, which was $8.99, I believe, when I purchased it. And I've seen it with the e.l.f., which I know it was high for e.l.f., the $18 for the Halo skin tint, but they are great. And skin tints seem to really be the in thing right now, especially for the summertime, because we do want to, you know, have that lightness, but also having some of that coverage as well. And I just think that this does it. I really like it. Would I get it again? Yes. Am I going to really get it again? I'm not really sure, because these days it seems like I'm always trying out something new. But if I wasn't like trying stuff new all the time, I would definitely get this again. It's small, it's travel friendly. It looks really good on the skin. Let me just show you, and I'll show you the consistency of the Hourglass as well, since I didn't do that. But you see that? It's not really thick, it's runny. It is a really nice skin tint with SPF. The Hourglass, here's what that looks like. Now that one's not runny. This is like a lotion, fragrance free. This one is fragrance free as well. The SPF in this one doesn't leave a white cast. I know that's very important. I want to say, and I'm not sure, I don't think there are a lot of shades in this. And that would be the downfall. I believe there's a lack of shade range in this Revlon serum tint. And I know that's not just even a drugstore complaint. That's a complaint of, you know, high-end and luxury makeup as well in certain products. So that's what I will say about this one. But if you do find your shade in this, I would give it a try if you know, were interested or looking for a skin tint. Now this wasn't in my basket, but it is a product that I'm testing out because I did have that new e.l.f. Halo skin tint. This is the Halo Glow setting powder, and I believe it's in the shade medium. I think that this is, I was gonna say trying to rival kind of an Hourglass finish. You know, it's not a matte setting powder. It's a setting powder that's still gonna give you some radiance, and I think it's great. I can't remember how much this one is, but this is a good one. I'm paying all this money for these setting powders when there are some really nice ones. Y'all know I am hooked on my Huda Beauty Peach Pie. I was doing the Makeup by Mario the other week in the last recap, I believe. But, you know, Huda Beauty with the packaging, the Mario is messy. The Huda Beauty packaging is really nice and it's not messy. And I think this one is pretty nice too. So the difference with this is going to give you just a little bit of radiance. It's not completely matte. So this is one that I don't think I'm going to use it on my under eye, and I haven't tried it on my under eye, but I have used it all over my face, and look at that. So this is on top of, real quick, this is on top of the skin tint. I think the powder is nice, you know, still feeling it out, but definitely worth however much it was. Oh, okay. This product I didn't use in the last 2 weeks. I used it last week. I dropped this in my room somewhere and I have to find it. But this is the Danessa Myrix Yummy Skin Universal Radiant Blurring Balm Powder. Okay, I like this. However, I don't think this is a product that I personally need. If you have, okay, wait, let me say it like this. If you have oily skin, I think this is going to be great because the consistency, it smells like ointment a little bit, but when you put, it's so weird. Like it really is a balm that turns into a powder, and it's giving me like the radiance, but matte at the same time. I know that sounds really weird, but it is. And when I was out of town in Orlando, I wore it a few days to the pool, and I thought this was such a great product to wear in hot weather because it is supposed to control the excess oils that, you know, we what's the word, emit? I don't know. It's supposed to control the excess oils, and I feel like it did that. So I'm happy to have this product. I'm not sure if I'm gonna wear it on the daily, but definitely in the warm weather, I think this one is great for me. It is great to wear alone because it's blurring. So I think if you have texture or like large pores, this is gonna be nice. I'm wearing it now. Like, look at, come on. So I'm happy that I took a chance and tried this out. And I would really recommend this. I don't think the foundation would be for me. I think it would be a little bit too matte. The only reason I really like this is because it's matte, but it's gives a radiant finish at the same time. So I think that's really a unique product. So I know I'm late to the game on this, so there's that. But I like it. I like it a lot. Now this product was not in the basket either, but I've been trying this out on and off for the past couple of weeks. This is the NYX Brow Glue. It's the Crazy Lift. And I do believe I used this in a short. I still think the Patrick Ta might be better. And that's what I'm wearing right now. I don't know. I like the applicator. And I don't think the result is bad, but there's something about the Patrick Ta. I don't know if it's stiffer or what, but the way I do my brows is I will rough them up first, let it dry, and then try to mold the brows the way that I want them to be. I'm still thinking Patrick Ta is #1. So I'm going to continue to use this one. And then I have the other one too. I don't know. I think it is the regular brow glue. They're not bad. Like, they're definitely worth it. And I'm going to use them until they're used up. But the Patrick Ta has deemed itself to be a holy grail in my collection. I think I'm on my 4th or 5th tube of that. It's just going to be hard for me to knock that down in the ranks. And I think I would know by now. So is it worth it and does it work? Yes, but I don't think it works as good as my Patrick Ta Major Brow Lamination Gel. So next we're going to do blush. We're going to start with Ciele, better known as Ciele. This is the Blush and Protect SPF 50 in this shade, Kirsty. This shade is just light. It's light. Like, I'll show y'all right now. Look at that. This shade is just not, it's not really for me. And the camera does tend to blow things out, but in real life it's too light. So I don't know what made me buy this shade. Oh, probably because there were some pictures that probably showed this shade showing up on someone my skin tone, and then I purchased it. But I am trying out the shade June, which is a lot deeper, and that one works better. I like liquid blush a lot. So this one having the SPF 50, just an added bonus of that extra sunscreen. And I think the blush is good quality. The Ciele products have a certain smell. I don't know how to explain it, because I said this about the powder. I said it smelled like a sneeze, and I know that's, you know, unpleasant. I can't explain it. It doesn't smell like foul, but I don't love it, you know. Anyway, it's not something that you smell like once you put it on or anything. But that's the Ciele blush. And we also have the Fenty. Oh my gosh, another piece broke off. Because I've been traveling. I traveled with this one, I think. Or did I? I don't even know. This is the baking cakes, and now it's just bacon because it's not, oh gosh, this is so sad. This is like one of my favorite blushes, and I just think, I mean, it should be good, you know, like if we're not doing music, you know what I'm saying? Like then all our efforts need to be in these products. I'm just trying to press it back in. Now this blush is like a smushy, you know, formulation, so I am trying to do that. There we go. Okay, we can save it. We saved it. And it is a very satiny, rosy brown finish, almost like this Kirsty shade, but this one shows up, and this is just an everyday, just beautiful blush. It looks ashy right there, but it's not ashy. It's not. I love baking cakes. I love sundress season. I think this is a great formula. I have the Water Brat as well. So yes, I love this one a lot. And then another old favorite is my Melt Sandy Cheeks. Oh, this is the Melt cream blushes. I use them all the time. Like to this day, this one is just, this is fantastic. And if you like a peachy under eye, I watched a video of Laura Oriano doing her under eye, and she used Sandy Cheeks, and that's what I was using on my under eye before I got the Huda Beauty Guava color corrector. And I still do that. Like I'll just take it and just kind of put it like here under my eyes, like I was saying. I'm putting it here, and it's hard to tell with the camera, but I love me a peachy under eye. And I know like for some people, they may feel like it may make them look sickly, but I just love peach anything. Like I even had, when I had the Natasha Denona concealer, I got rosy peach because I just love that. It just, I don't know, it just looks so good. So these cream blushes are still going strong. They're holding up. They have no smell. I've had these for a while, years at this point, and they are still worth it to this day. And you know, Melt, they'll have sales, a real sale. Like sometimes it'll be 50% off the site. So you are getting these blushes sometimes for like $9. Definitely worth it. You don't even need to pay full price. I mean, they're worth the full price. I think the full price might be like $19, maybe. But no, wait for a sale. Try these out. You don't even have to try out Sandy Cheeks. There's like 10 shades, I believe, and they're awesome. So, you know, Melt, they do be getting it right. Not with the shimmer sometimes, but like they have some products that I do not want to be without. All right, and let's move on to the eyes. I'm going to start with this mascara. This was not in the short either, but this is it's like Dior Show Overvolume mascara. I'm loving it. I think it's a nice mascara. It is a pricey one. I do think it would be worth it to compare this to some other mascaras, maybe the ones from Essence, because a lot of people talk about those. I'm trying to think what other mascaras I really, really like. I like the Pat McGrath Dark Star. I would have gotten that if she didn't end the sale while I was trying to check out, because that's another really good one. So I don't think we have to, I know we don't have to pay this price, but I had seen a review and I was like, I really want to try this out, and I'm not disappointed by it. Will I repurchase it? The jury is still out on that. I also added this liquid eyeshadow from Eldridge, and this is in the shade Gaia. This is like one of my new favorite things right now, and I forgot I had these. The only reason why I knew or remember was because I wanted one of the new Makeup by Mario ones, and one of the ones I wanted was the shade Sienna, which is pretty comparable to this. So I was like, I already have something, so I just got the gray Makeup by Mario, and I do have a short up on that. But these are great, just one and done. Another shade that I wear to the pool because it just gives your eye that contour. And then, you know, if you're getting wet, and I don't really go into water, so I can't tell y'all anything about that. But, you know, I'm outside in the humidity. I have hooded eyes, and this just lasts all day. It dries down. It's beautiful. I don't really have texture on the lid, but I've seen a lot of reviews, and they don't accentuate texture. So these liquid eyeshadows are great. And I'm sure that you can try a variety of brands and find really good ones. So I'm just happy. I have 2 of these, so that's a yes. I'm also going to throw in another quick review of the Natasha Denona Hy-Sculpt. This one, this liquid bronzer, yes. I've been using this on my eyes too. I love the consistency of it. It's just thin. It gives me like that sun scorched, like sunburned beach look. Like, I'm here for this. I just think that the frosted packaging wasn't the best choice, and the pictures did not really align with the shades that how they are in person. So initially I got drenched, and drenched is my same complexion. I might be able to use that in the wintertime, but the picture of it just looked beautiful and on the model. But I ended up having to go with Toasty, and Toasty is just, it's such a good shade. There it is. And you don't need a whole lot, and you can build it up. So I'm happy with the amount of product here. And I know that even looks too light, but on my face, because my face is a little bit lighter, you really can tell the difference. I love the dry down of it. Very skin-like, and I'm really happy with that. I forgot I had one more blush, y'all. This is the Danessa Myrix Yummy Skin Flush, and this is Jubilee. I know I was so late to the game with these blushes, but like, I want all of them. Like this, look at, I can't. Like, this is so pretty. Are you talking about bare skin, made up skin? It doesn't even matter. And I love, like, even the deepest shades in these, when you look on the website, you can see how even the deepest shades, there's like a grape soda one. How I was like, oh, I'll never be able to wear that. No, I can wear it. Like, just put it on with a finger. You can tap it out, diffuse it out. It is so beautiful. I just don't see one person or one type of person that this blush will not look good on. And I'm just so happy I decided to try that. So I think I have 3 of these now. Maybe some more to come. I don't know. Not right now, NRN. Don't need to add anything at this time. All right, we're gonna move on to eyes, and we're supposed to be on eyes. So let's get back there. Y'all, this palette, I was gonna declutter this, and that would have been a bad move. This palette is so good. It is a beautiful everyday palette, lots of one and done looks. I don't mind I could wear this palette during the day as well as at night. And these are all my shades right now. I'm like, who knew that this would come back around for me? When I started doing makeup, everything was like about cut creases and indie and shimmers and high shines. And I almost wish I still had my Naked Heat palette, because why did I even get rid of that? That was a really good palette. Is that discontinued? Because I will repurchase it, okay? The formula is still great. It's performing really well. And I don't know, this is discontinued. So the other palette that I have out here is the Natasha Denona Golden palette. And I'm certain a lot of creators compared these two because they are very much alike. I don't know, I might like the Urban Decay a little bit better. I don't know if there's a shade for shade match in this one, but it's very, very close. So if you're looking for something, I think you'd be very satisfied with the Natasha Denona Golden palette. And you know, Tasha's my girl. I love the formula, but if I had to grab one, I probably would grab this. And I forgot I do have the brush still. I was like, where's my brush? It's right here. So yes, y'all. And I wore this palette to the pool, and the shadow just wore so nicely through the day. It just, that bronze goddess, that golden goddess, if you're looking for that, like, these two palettes are gonna do it for you. And I'm just really happy I did not declutter that and that I decided to pull it out, because sometimes, you know, when things are discontinued or, you know, things are replaced, like the Natasha Denona Golden palette is probably more relevant, is newer to my collection. You know, we forget about some of our older things, but nope, not that one. That's, nope, in the top drawer. Top drawer. I don't have a top drawer, but if it was in the top, if I had a top drawer, she'd be in the top drawer. All right, we got the Mothership, a Midnight Sun. I wore this to Cowboy Carter. Yes. Oh my gosh. Beautiful, beautiful looks, beautiful gowns, and the show was great. This shade right here is one of my favorite ones in the palette. I don't know if it's not what I think it is. Hold on. I was gonna say Vermilion Venom, but that's not what it is. It's called something else. Hold on. It is called Vermilion Venom. What? You know what you're talking about. And then I think, did I do something with the purple? No, that was Utopian Dream. I didn't do the purple. I did more of a neutral look, like using these to see Beyonce. And I was so happy with this look. Like my Motherships, I just really cherish them. And bringing them out, I'm wearing a Mothership now, y'all. Hint, hint, look. Come on. Can you guess? Can you guess which one this is? Because she, my friends, this shade right here, she give you a hint, you should know. If you're a Mothership fan, you'll know what palette this is. I just re-amazed myself. Like, because honestly, I'm saving my Motherships for like special occasions and stuff. As I'm wearing them now and think about the last time I wore it, I'm like, I had a whole different eyeshadow style, truth be told. So now, like, pulling them out and really simplifying the shades. Like, I used maybe 3 shades for this and a 4th in the inner corner. But, you know, just really appreciating. And this isn't just Pat McGrath. I'm saying Pat McGrath because I'm trying to normalize using the eyeshadows that are expensive or the ones I'm trying to save for a special occasion. I'm trying to realize how we are the occasion. We are the occasion. Today is the occasion because you're here and you're alive. So why not put the shadows on? You know what I'm saying? Before they really expire. Like for real, for real. Because, I mean, this palette, my Motherships are like, what? At least 3 years old. So, you know, some of them. So maybe actually 4, 5 years old, maybe some of them. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, we don't have time to waste. And I'm really learning to appreciate shades for what they are and not trying to cover them up with something else. Like, no, like it is okay to do a 1 and done, a 2 and done, like matte look. Just really learning to appreciate the shades and the quality of them. It's a joy. It's a joy. This ranks high on my Mothership ranking. I'm sure on my last one it did. I'm not sure if it was #1. I can't remember. And I'd like to do an update, but she ended the sale when I was trying to get Petamorphosis, so we have to wait on that. But until then, I will be trying to include my Motherships in my weekly makeup baskets so that I can be more familiarized with the variety of looks and things like that to really see like which one I like now in 2025 the most. And let's end off with lips. I wanted to use my Kaleidos Lip Clays. I knew how I felt about them. I just don't always have them out and like in my vicinity to use, but these are some of my favorite lip products out of everything. The feel of these lip clays is, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's super unique now, but when I got them, I had never tried anything that felt like that ever. These are Cloud Lab Lip Clays. I did use 2 shades. I used, is it Wild Apple? Why does it look like it says rubbing? Oh, Rubino. Why did I call it? I think I called it Wild Apple. Oh wait, no, I did not use the shade. Hold on, y'all. I'm making stuff up. Okay. What a predicament. Oh yeah, I thought I used a shade called Wild Apple, but maybe I did use Rubino. Okay, did not use that shade. It was a really bright, beautiful one. I think it was this one. It's called Fiona. I think this is the one I used. I think. And then I used a lighter one, which is called, no, this is Wild Apple. Hold on, y'all. I'm making stuff up. Okay. I use Wild Apple and then I use Sienna. So Sienna, I have 2 different collections out is what it looks like. That's what seems to be happening here. But I did use Sienna, which is more of a nude shade as well. So it was these 2 shades. These 2, yeah. These 2 are just pretty too, but man, they are awesome. I'm trying to think, do I like these better or the Lisa Eldridge Velveteen? So I'm wearing the Lisa Eldridge Velveteen. I think it's called Velveteen. I'm wearing Fawn because that's in my current basket. But man, I am really happy with the lip clays. I think that these are probably one of my, well, probably all my favorite products from Kaleidos because they're not coming out with anything anymore and I don't know what's happening with that. So I would continue to recommend the lip clays in 2025 to anybody who is looking for a matte lipstick that is soft. I mean, your lips are pillowy soft. They feel like powdery soft. And I think they're totally worth it in these little sets. There's just such a variety there. I am so happy to still be loving these products in 2025. And it just makes me so happy to find something that you really and truly love, that I can truly recommend and say, like, these are awesome. So those are the products that were in my makeup basket. And the date of that was June 30th. So we haven't even hit July yet. The next one's probably going to be kind of long because I brought so much stuff on vacation. But let me know what you've been using and just how you've been feeling about makeup. I know people, even like content creators, myself, I've seen some other content creators expressing things online. Like, we're going up and down with it. Like, the economy is terrible. It's hard to even look at makeup content sometimes because, you know, you're trying not to be tempted to buy new things. And that's why I do want to, when I'm showing you this, I'm not showing you anything so that you will buy it. And I'm not trying to influence that. I'm just showing my thought process in trying to make use of the things that I have accumulated, whether they were smart decisions or not. A lot of them weren't smart decisions. I mean, I like a lot of stuff, but, you know, I don't think a lot of makeup is bad. So there's a lot of things I know I should have passed on, but I have them. I have them now, and I like to use them. If it happens to be something that you were interested in and I can talk about it and tell you what I think about it so you can make a wise choice, you know, I'm going to do that. But none of this is to say get anything. I just want to be very clear on that. And if you like any of the things, and, you know, it might inspire you to pull out something in your collection. You may be like, oh, I have something kind of like that. Let me give it another whirl and see, you know, do I still feel the same about it? Or do I need to pass it on? Because I need to declutter and rehome some things. But I'm actually having a hard time doing that because the stuff that I'm pulling out, I mean, I love it. I love it all. So I want to continue to do that and do the makeup roundup and, you know, continue to talk to you all in the community about how you're feeling about your products and the things that you're using. I know some people do monthly baskets. I was talking to one of my subs. She said, I do a monthly basket. And I'm like, I think that's awesome. I don't know if I could. I mean, for me, weekly is better because I have so much. But I think whatever system you have to rotate things around and try to remember some of the things, and even just to check on the quality of some of the items in your collection, because you might rotate something and be like, okay, this isn't even good anymore. I have not come across that, but if I do, then I'll know, like, okay, it's time to let that go. So it just kind of keeps your collection fresh. You know, hopefully we can all be inspired by our collections and not just inspired by seeing new things, you know. So that's it. I realized that a lot of what I have, especially like some of these Pat McGrath palettes and like the Danessa cream blush, the Melt cream blush, I'm like, I don't know if anything could measure up to some of these things that I have now. Here and there, I do find something new that I really like these Danessa blushes, but oftentimes I'm like, oh, this is kind of like this. You know, you're really not missing out on anything. None of us are. So I want to really make that point in this community for myself as well, because it is easy to feel like that. But anyway, I'm gonna get off this soapbox and get on out of here. Let me know what you've been using, and I will have another one of these super soon, which is going to be the vacation makeup, and I'm going to be packing for a couple more trips. So we'll see what I end up taking on these trips and what I end up using. I will say that probably don't need as much as I packed for this first trip, so we'll see. Anyway, I hope you all are well, and I'd love to know how you're doing, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I do hope this was therapy for you, and you know it always is for me. Until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
E.